Welcome to our Rocket Day volunteer info meeting. We are a week and a day away from this event. We're so excited to be sharing with you guys a little bit of information about Rocket Day, how to launch them, goal setting, and super fun things of that nature. So take it away, Taylor.
All right. Hi, guys. Thank you all for joining us today. Um, this event is all about goal setting. It's about our rockets, and this is something that we do every year. This will be my first, but I believe everybody that's on this call has already done a rocket day, which is amazing. Um, but really, Rocket Day is mostly about goals. It's about having a rocket and how every piece of a rocket is needed to build a goal or to launch, right? So it needs a plan, it needs fuel, adjustments, and to get that to work, you have to have every piece. Now, succeeding in your goals is the same way. You need persistence and effort and a direction and, a checklist if that's what you really need. But it's not about just being perfect and succeeding in that goal. It's what the progress that you make and the wins that you can have this and celebrating all of your wins along the way. So to set your goals, a rocket doesn't launch without a plan, right? So you have your instructions, or in real life, it doesn't launch without a plan, but neither do our goals. So to win with our goals, you have to break them down, or you should break them down into baby steps. And so, like, for example, if you want to be a scientist, well, you set the baby step. I want to practice math and science for 10 minutes each day. And when you do that, those are the small things that will help you build your goals. And each part, each step, each day that you study is helping you with your goals. And it's not just about your goals, it's about the progress that you make and the wins. If you ever veer off course, you don't give up, you adjust, right? So you fix the steps. I missed my study goal yesterday. Guess what? I'm gonna study for 20 minutes today because I missed my 10 minutes yesterday. And that is how, if we make a mistake, it's all a part of that learning process, and we do it differently each time. If you know, if something happens and you fail a test, you study differently or you study more next time. It's not about being perfect, it's about making sure that you get better with each step. And if you miss a day, it's okay. Try harder the next day. But it's also about celebrating your wins. And to keep fuel in your rocket, or to get your rocket to launch, it needs fuel. And your fuel for your goals is you're celebrating wins. It's, oh man, I studied my math 10 minutes today. I'm celebrating a win. I've done it for an entire week. I'm celebrating a win. I do it for a month or a year. You're celebrating because it's those small goals and those small victories that are going to keep you motivated. And that's what we want to do for the kids. The rockets are like the end game, the fun part. But really, it's about the kids having fun, setting their goals, and launching their rockets at the end. Now, we as the mentors, as our bows, want to help the kids as much as possible. So we have 3 different types of rockets. There are going to be an Athena, which looks like this in its package. Oh, Can't see it. I'm gonna unblur my camera. Now, this is the Athena rocket, big blue box. This is gonna be for our red and yellow groups. This is the easiest one to put together. Even some of our purple kids who are 5 and 6 will be able to put this together. It really just snaps into place. Super easy, but the kids can, hey, I built a rocket. I can be a rocket scientist one day. Then our blue and green groups will do they call it generic, but it's not generic. It's a really cool rocket that's a little bit harder than the Athenas. You have to put all of your fins on, do your parachute, all that kind of stuff. So this is going to be the next one. It actually has a smaller, it'll look like this when it comes out of the package. Like that, has NASA all over it. And then we'll give you a fin to go with it. And then for those kids who really want something to do, who are like, they finish everything in 5 minutes. I really want something to do. We have these. They're called Astrons. It's a K-35 Astron Constellation model rocket. And this is our hardest. But these two are what we're going to be doing this time for most of it, and then we're going to be decorating them. So we want the kids to spend the time to create their rockets, but also to decorate them. And then if they have extra time, because we don't have a huge amount of the Astrons, we want to make sure that they finish these rockets, but we also have other types, other things that they can do. But yeah, those are the rockets. Allie, I know you had something that you wanted to talk about.
Yes. Okay. So in the theme of goal setting, well, actually, I'll finish up with the rocket talk first, and then I want to share our new and improved Aero achievement sheets with you guys. But on the theme of rockets, once they put the rockets together, that's all happening in the morning before lunch. After lunch is when we all go outside to launch the rockets together. And while we're there, even inside, part of the preparation, there's a process where you actually put the wadding inside the tube and the engine inside the bottom with a fuse to make sure that the rocket will actually light and get ignited when you get to the launch pad. And so that process we can do inside, still at the tables with the wadding so that it's not blowing away. It's just a lot easier inside. And I'm going to show you a quick video of someone preparing the parachute to go inside and the wadding and just how that looks. And I'll share my screen.
So for this step, I'm going to be going over how to fold your parachute as well as put the recovery wadding inside the fuselage beforehand. The recovering wadding is simply just some tissue. And when you crumple that up and put it inside the fuselage, it prevents the engine on the bottom from burning and melting your parachute. If that was the case and it melted together, the parachute would fail to deploy and your rocket would fall much quicker down. So for the wadding, you're just going to take some pieces and you're going to crumple it up. And we're going to put just a couple on the top here. There is a specific way that we're going to want to fold our parachute to put it in. They recommend folding it in this fashion so that it deploys correctly when the engine ends up bursting out to the top and blowing off the nose cone and the parachute at the same time. So you're going to want to lay it flat, and from here you're going to fold it once this way, and then fold it again this way. And once you have it in this narrow cone shape, oops, falling over here, you're going to fold one up, and then again, and then again up, and once more this way, just like that. So we'll attach this or put it in the top here. And then after all that, we're going to put the rest of the parachute and the shock cord inside the top as well. After it's all in, it should be nice and snug on the top. So there you have it. You have your fully constructed rocket. It's all set to go. There's only a couple pieces that we're still missing. We're missing the engine, the igniter switch, as well as the engine plug, and all those are going to be provided on launch day. The last step is just to design this and paint however you'd like. Enjoy.
I know that was a little fast, but we will be there to help you. There will be some people who have done this before. Like most of you guys who are watching right now have done this before, but I'm sure people watching the recording will be newer. So you guys will help each other. The kids will help the bows, and you guys will all be making these rockets together and like putting the things together. The parachute doesn't need to be 100% exactly like that, but as close to that folding as you can, where it's not just smashed in there, so that the parachute actually comes out. If the parachute doesn't deploy, it's not the end of the world. It just means that the rocket will probably not have a safe, graceful landing. It'll just like hit the ground, which is also fine. I'm going to show you another quick video about installing the. I'm going to show you another quick video about installing the fuse that actually connects to the engine. We have a lot of trouble with these fuses sometimes. And this video, I think, does a good job breaking down how to install the fuse in the engine so that it doesn't have a misfire. So I'll show you that now too.
So let's install an igniter. First, hold the igniter carefully by the head and then gently spread the two conductor leads apart by about 1/8 of an inch or about 3 millimeters. This helps make sure that the igniter won't short out on itself when installed, which is the #1 cause of misfires. Next, we're going to bend the attachment ends of the igniter into a simple hook shape. And then we're going to spread them out a little bit. This does a couple of things. First, it allows for a more positive mechanical connection between each igniter lead and the launch control system. Your igniter leads will be less likely to slip off when you walk away from the launch pad. Second, it provides a more robust electrical connection. Bill Stein of Estes showed me this trick many years ago, and he calls these bunny ears. Next, take the prepared igniter and set it into the nozzle of the motor, making sure that the pyrogen end, the blob, is in contact with the propellant inside. In other words, make sure it won't go in any further. Bend it over, and then place the igniter plug into place. Our motor is now ready for installation in the rocket. Here's a rocket that we have ready to fly. When we put the motor into place, we're going to make sure that the igniter leads are on the side of the rocket opposite the launch lug and the engine hook. This helps get the igniter leads away from the metal launch rod once the rocket is in place on the pad. Finally, we'll raise the rocket up off of the blast deflector. A simple clothespin is great for this. There's still a couple things we can do to reduce the possibility of a misfire. First, we're going to make sure that our launch system has fresh batteries.
Don't worry about the rest of this. That'll be more on our end. But yeah, we're really excited to be launching these rockets, and hopefully these videos helped show you a little bit about, the fuse that goes in once it's ready to be launched, and also the parachuting toward the beginning. Again, if you forget, there will be people there that have done this before, and we're all going to work together as a team. And it's a great bonding experience for the mentors and the mentees to do this together and also decorate and personalize those rockets like Taylor mentioned. We are going to have a Q&A when we're done, which will be in about 2 minutes. But before that, I want to also share an upgrade to our Aero Achievement Sheets. Last year around this time, we introduced these. And they look pretty much the same. This is a green group example. And this is a yellow group example. And on them, there's the major targets and the minor targets. one upgrade was that all the major targets are now worth 200 tickets, uniform across, they're all worth 200. All the minor targets are worth 30 tickets. So anytime an arrow achieves any of these targets, it's worth 30 tickets. We have also added my mentor onto the arrow achievement sheet. So when a child in our program gets a mentor assigned to them, which ideally we just assign all of these in advance, and so every child at this event should have a my mentor built in, and that will be who they stick with throughout the day. And then this connected online tab is if the mentor and mentee are connected through our child safe app called Microsoft Teams, where we have flagging inappropriate content and blocking personally identifying information. So that's there. And then Bullseye Award we have had for a year, but we're formalizing a little more this year at the opening ceremony. We're going to also build in time for the kids to try and write down their own award that they want to achieve. And so you as the mentor, when that time comes during the opening ceremony, you're going to help your arrows come up with an award, something they can achieve within the same calendar year that hopefully they can earn that award by the time of our last event, so they can earn that charm and get again those 200 tickets, because it's also a major target. So that has to be pretty measurable and achievable by the end of the year, but also not easy. So it can't just be like get better grades. It should be like get all B's in my classes or all A's, or get a job, something like that, which we also have here, but maybe it's get a job at a certain place. So those are some upgrades to the Arrow Achievement Sheet. And if you forget anything, the back side of the sheet has a guide on it that kind of explains things a bit more. That being said, we're hoping the kids really want to earn these awards. We want to make it kind of a big deal when they do, and just kind of keep that mindset going. It will be a blue dot on there if they've earned that award already and they've reported it to us. And it'll look like this, the green dot, if they've earned it and also have the award on their necklace at that point and have already achieved it. So if it's blue and that means they've earned it and haven't gotten the charm yet, it means it's likely that they're going to get the charm that day if they haven't yet, because they've already earned it. So that's super exciting, and we really want to encourage the kids to report their awards so they can get these tickets and get more items crossed off on their list, and they can report those to our awards chief, which is my mom, Viviana, and she'll be at the events, and she'll have the award tracker that has the names and all the possibilities of awards they can achieve. So as this event is goal setting, we're hoping you and the mentors and the mentees together and the crossbows can come up with, talking with each other about which awards you can try to earn that year and how to earn them. We're also going to be introducing a breakout event, and there will be a way to earn that as well. So super looking forward to that. And just as an example, this is one of our mentees who has a lot of the charms, and hopefully all our kids' charms will look like this and even more to come. So at this time, we'll take questions, and yeah, we're going to open it up to questions. So if you have any questions, let us know.
I have a question.
Mhm.
Do the kids go with their mentors to the Arrow Achievement Store to try to tell me or whoever's helping me at the store what they've achieved?
Yeah, so we are actually just talking that today we probably won't be having the actual store at this event, just because it's the first event of the year and there's already a lot of other things going on. But we want to have the wish list so the kids can come and report wish list items, and then we will be able to build out the Arrow store throughout the year with the items that are on the wish list, assuming they're reasonable and hopefully can fit in our prize box and stuff like that. And then we're going to be encouraging the kids in the morning and in the evening, like in the morning and then after the rocket launching, to report their awards so that they can earn those tickets. and that they'll be coming through that way. It won't be a large, big rush all at once because kids will finish their rockets kind of at different times and like filter in at the end of the day. And also if you can be outside with the kids, while they're doing the rockets, while they're waiting in line with the tracker, just so that if they have anything to report during that time too, so that it's kind of like more throughout the day. Does that make sense? Like, would that work?
Yeah, so we're not having a store on next week.
No store this time. We're also going to be introducing Microsoft Teams at the end at a closing ceremony. So that's also something to keep in mind after Rocket Day is over. After rocket launching is over at around 1:30, 1:35, we're going to be all back inside and have our closing ceremony where we hype up the kids for the next event and also bring on Microsoft Teams for the kids that are old enough and whose parents have given permission for that. And then we'll also at that time, I'm sure some of the kids who are not old enough will, they'll be able to report their awards during that time too with their mentor.
Awesome.
So the closing ceremony will function a little bit like a workshop. Like, okay, now pull out your phone and download the app and log into this account that we made for you. And then if you're not doing that, go over there and you can report your awards, but it's all in the same room.